We have Brian, either Philson or Pilson. Hi, good morning, who wishes to speak and is opposed to the bill.
Good morning, Representative Brayback and committee members. My name is Brian Philson. I've been a licensed social worker in the state of Michigan for 39 years. I've worked in the field of child welfare, mental health, juvenile justice, both at the micro and the macro level. I was a governor appointee on 2 different governors to serve 8 years on the Michigan Board of Social Work. 7 of those years I served as the board chair. During that time, I had a firsthand seat to the licensing and regulatory process here in the state of Michigan. I've had the opportunity to volunteer nationally and had international conversations around social worker and the licensure and competency level conversations. I am here to voice my opposition to House Bill 5184 and 5185. While I believe that the modernization of social work legislated in Michigan is absolutely needed, I believe that the current legislation does not adequately address the needs of the citizen in Michigan or adequately serve the profession of social work moving forward. During my 39 years, I began when we were in registration, and then we moved to licensure. And so I have again seen Michigan move social work forward as a profession. My greatest concern is that this legislation will not only not move us forward, but actually will potentially deregulate us as a profession, and that really concerns me. Dwayne mentioned we have, he said 18 states in the Social Work Compact. I think that number is 20. If you pass this bill, I think future licensed social workers will lose the ability to practice and reciprocity and portability of licensure in all of those states who have passed the compact. And that number is going to continue to grow, and I think we have missed that conversation. The addition of a jurisprudence exam does not adequately address the needs of public protection, nor does it serve us in the assurance of social workers entering the field. Every Friday night, I watch vehicles go north to Michigan and exceed the posted speed limit sign. I think they all know what the law is. Simply because we have social workers who know what the law is that going to assure safe practice? And I think previous testimony said it doesn't guarantee competency. And I think the same argument applies to jurisprudence. And I think we need to understand that. I fear the movement would be the same, and the conversation needs further explanation, and not enough time has been devoted to it. I understand that there's great motives and there's emotion behind this, but my greatest fear is that it's going to do that without the appropriate people at the table having the right conversations. And I've offered Dwayne. He says there's been a little work. Actually, there's been a lot of work, and so we need to move forward. Please don't leave Michigan behind. Don't fail Michigan social workers. Do not move forward until good education and conversations can take place. Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you. We have one question, Representative Pohotsky.
I'll be very quick, Madam Chair. Thank you. You mentioned the compact states. Are we part of a social work compact currently?
We are not, and we are missing the opportunity to do that right now. If we truly want to modernize social work, then we need to be a part of that, and this bill to not have it.
But the second part of that question is you said that if we do this, we will not be able to be part of that compact, but we are not currently part of that compact.
No,
so
that's a great question. So if we remove...
No, I'm trying to keep it to the bill that we have before us. What was the point? Is your point that we should do that instead of this?
My point is that this legislation should consider that, because if we have licensees that are licensed without an exam, I don't believe they'll qualify to go to those states who have the compact, which has licensure.
But we're not part of currently anyway.
Correct.
Great, thank you.
Representative Edwards.
Thank you. You're currently on the ASWB board, right?
I am, yes.
Do you know how much money you guys make off this examination?
I don't offhand.
Okay. On the back of this sheet, it also provides information on the number of individuals, black people that pass this exam. It says 33%, whereas 63% of white people pass, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So have you guys taken any steps to modify the exam so that more black people can pass it?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have done a significant amount, and that's really the conversation I wish we'd have the opportunity to have. And NASW Michigan has not engaged ASWB in that.
Can you elaborate on what you have done to make the exam a little bit more?
There's a significant academic toolkits. As an example, University of Michigan leads the state in pass rates. We have institutions academically that have the lowest pass rates. So what is Michigan doing? And I think doing it really well, that other academic institutions. So there are toolkits for all academics, free testing materials, free opportunities, for individuals who have failed it to now be able to take free exam prep.
I'm sorry, have you done anything specifically to help minorities pass the examination? You provided pre-examination. I mean, you got to understand that black people are paying $260 per exam each time they do not pass it. So that's not once, it's multiple times. They are paying from $0 to $1,000 for training, tutoring, and examination courses or programs, right? There is the Therapist Development Center, there's Ages of Change, there's other programs. There's also books that we purchased to do this examination. What have you done? Don't give me a whole broad thing. Can you answer the question on what have you done to help more individuals of color pass this examination?
Yeah, there's significant things that have taken place. There's scholarships to help mitigate exam costs. There's all kinds of things. They're recognizing the dilemma and the issue.
Great. Thank you so much for that answer. We have Rep. Arbert, then Rep. Schmaltz, and then, colleagues, we have 2 more people who need to speak, so we need to continue on here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On this point, I'm just wondering, as a result of your efforts, have you seen a commensurate rise in black people and people of color passing the exam in recent years as a result of your efforts?
Yeah, so the latest exam data publication is getting ready. I, even as a board member, have not yet seen that, and so that's part of our research, are the efforts and the levels of engagement. Are we seeing positive effect? And so we're anxious.
We hope that you'll commit to sharing that data once it's released to this committee. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you. We have one more question. And Rep. Schmaltz, I would just say we have 2 more people who we need to hear from today. Thank you so much.
This will be quick.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I know you're from my area, and I appreciate all the work that you've done to help people in our community. I think exam preparation from different institutions has a big effect on this and education, because data shows that black test takers from University of Michigan pass the exam at almost twice the rate of black test takers from Wayne State University. So I think we have a problem with the institutions and how they're teaching people to take this test.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.